Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Bivol and Beterbiev, the cat that hands you your undisputed title back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus Dinero, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly Antilles, brother, and the spicier content than your girl's only fan.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and with that, let's get right into it. As my man here said, we have an undisputed title fight on our hands. We have Beterbiev going up against Bivol. Now listen, I think we both are pretty much aligned in who we think is going to win the fight, and there's a particular reason why. The reason I'm picking Bivol to win is I feel like Bivol is going to set the tempo for the fight. Don't get me wrong, Beterbiev is great at what he does, and he's really powering his way through his opponents, really breaking them down with that fierce power, that fierce tenacity that he has. But I'll be honest with you, I feel like Bivol is a stone cold killer. I feel like that dude really knows how to maintain composure. He really knows how to stay focused on the goal, and with almost East European tenacity and not moving your eye off the goal, gets what he wants to get done. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to say it's not going to be a close fight. I mean, this is as close to a 50-50 fight as possible. I just feel that the way that Bivol operates, the way that he kind of manages the tempo of the fight, I think is going to be the one thing that's going to set him apart. I do think that he's going to up the pace in moments, down the pace at moments, up the pace in moments, and down the pace in moments. I feel like he's going to do that in order to really interrupt the beat and the rhythm of Beterbiev. Beterbiev, don't get me wrong, same thing. He brings that Eastern European tenacity where he's just laser focused on what he wants to get done. But Bivol is a very slippery character. He knows when to get in, he knows when to get out. As you guys saw from his fight up against Canelo, he doesn't take the bait if he knows he's being set up. So he's very strategic, very well played. And don't get me wrong, Beterbiev is those things as well. But I feel like Bivol is really just one level higher in those specific things. And I feel that's why he's going to be the one that's going to be able to take the undisputed belts home. It's going to be interesting because, again, this is as close to a 50-50 fight as possible. And listen, you can never rule out a knockout, man, especially with someone who has a 100% KO ratio, 100%, get him out of there ratio. You can't argue against that. I just feel like Bivol is a more robotic, a more tempered, a more laser-focused version of a lot of the technical fighters that we've seen in some of the smaller weight classes. But what do you think about that, my man?
Listen, it's always the common argument, especially for how older a fighter gets, that definitely the power goes the more age that a fighter gets. And that certainly would be the case in any other fight. But it seems like even as time goes on for Beterbiev, it seems like he hasn't lost any of that power. At the very least, there's no sign of that power being left out of his physique whatsoever. So it definitely is going to be a very competitive matchup between both of these men. But my thing is, I think Bivol, of what I've seen of him at least, has a diamond hard chin where it just seems like he can eat as much punishment as he can. He doesn't really seem to be, it doesn't really slow him down much. I think it's going to be an incredibly close fight. I think, wild prediction, I think it's actually going to go to a split, if not majority decision for Bivol. Because like you said, it just seems like Bivol just seems a little bit more laser focused. I think he's not the type to let off the game plan whatsoever. He's absolutely laser focused. And I think the one thing that Bivol would have over Beterbiev, even though it's not a detriment to Bivol, it's just more of an advantage for it's not going to be a detriment for Beterbiev. It's going to be more of an advantage for Bivol, is that Bivol still has the energy and tenacity that youth just seems to bring about him. And again, for as old as Beterbiev is, again, that power isn't gone. But for Bivol, not only does he have the tenacity, the game plan focus, he also has the energy and the youth. So I think it's just going to be, it's not that there's any drawback in Beterbiev whatsoever. It's just Bivol just has a lot more give in his game plan for advantages going into this fight. But that being said, it's still going to be highly competitive. And I think, if it's not going to go to a majority decision, it's going to go to a split one if anything's going to come of this. Split decision for It's going to go for Bivol for me.
Listen, it's going to be interesting no matter what. Again, this is as close to a 50-50 fight as possible. I believe that Dimitri Bivol is going to come out the victor. I can see why you would say maybe split or majority. I think Bivol is going to go in there and try to outbox him the entire way. I don't think he's going to try and take any risk that he doesn't need to take. Might even make it a little boring. The only reason I think it would not work in Dimitri Bivol's favor to make it boring is because ever since he beat Canelo Alvarez, his star has grown quite a bit, and there's been a lot of people that have given him more attention because of that win. But having a lackluster performance would kind of hinder that star power. That being said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Do you want to look pretty or do you want to win? Do you want it to look good or do you want to just win? I'll be honest with you, given the laser focus that Dimitri Bivol has, I think he's going to try and just outbox him. Not anything too fancy, not anything too pretty, but definitely try to get the dub. Listen, I could be completely wrong, and I'll have no problem admitting if I'm completely wrong. Maybe this will be such a spectacular fight that it'll put my current prediction to shame. Again, I'm picking Bivol, so that's where I'm gonna stick with. But it'll be interesting to see on the night of what plans both parties implement. Obviously, Beterbiev wants to go in there and just demolish Bivol, but I think he's just too slippery, too slick to where Bivol will be able to slip a lot of that power that normally lands on his opponents. Hopefully, if Beterbiev wants to have a good night, hopefully he goes to the body a lot, which don't get me wrong, Bivol has been known to do. But if he headhunts too much, which is also possible, it's definitely going to go in Bivol's favor. It'll be interesting, and I'm definitely going to be tuning in. Hopefully, all of you will too, because it's going to be a phenomenal fight. Again, this is one of the, if not the fights that we've all been waiting for. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.